by 11, so hard to do it when I'm training. So, all right, everyone's got water, food. Everyone's back, and I'm missing anyone. Oh, we're all here. Excellent. Camera's rolling. All right, so I have the pleasure of talking about strategy deployment and goal setting, which we just finished this process, not too long ago. So hopefully we can draw on some of your experiences with what you had for setting the 2020 goals. So I'd be interested to hear what went well, what didn't, and what things maybe that I talked through that you had no idea about. So this will be great conversation for you to share your experiences. So obviously strategy deployment is the first of the 7 systems of the operating model. So we're starting way up there on top. And this really focuses on getting more specific into what Justin talked about with the Vision 2025 and really that true north. So that's kind of the 30,000 foot view. When it comes to strategy deployment goal setting, now we're kind of at sea level, kind of really trying to figure out what we're going to do to get us to that 2025 vision and supporting those true north pillars. We're also then, the goal setting is going to focus on our KPIs, or our key performance indicators. So what things within each of our departments are we doing to help support the region, the organization, toward moving towards their true north and ultimately that 2025 vision. But before we dive a little bit deeper, I'm going to give you permission to get your smartphone out. So if you could go ahead and grab your smartphone, whether it's an Android or iPhone, or flip phone if you got one. Hey, those are coming back. We'll roll them. Bring the flip phones back. That turn into I don't know. It's just crazy. So if you could go to, whoa. Go to Kahoot.
.it.
So KAHOOT.IT. I need to pull up.
Yes, it is. So a number will come up here in just a
Yep.
second.
So if you could type in that pin. Once you get it up, you might have to make sure you're on Wi-Fi.
Sometimes if you want that fabulous music that plays along with this.
I'm good.
Okay.
We'll get it to
Beth
him.
is like,
We'll give him the full experience. Got one player. Oh, look at joining like it's hot.
Yeah.
Can't not.
Technically.
Right.
15. We need 5 more of you to join.
I like TikTok.
Good dog.
Who's that?
Anyone having troubles?
Yeah.
Who's yeah? Oh. Need to help Jim.
I'm not fixing
I'm more concerned the people out there on the table are. Is everyone connected?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Slow.
You don't even know anything.
Y'all are hogging the internet right now. 14. Should have one more.
There you go.
Everyone good? All right, that's enough of
There you
that.
are.
All right, we're all here.
Thank you.
So there's 6 questions. Oh,
This is fast.
it's going fast.
So it's at the top again. What are your chances of completing a goal by hearing the goal and then select the color or shape?
Did you grab one?
Ooh, 10% was the answer.
Yeah.
All right, everyone ready for the next question?
These are rapid fire.
Everyone ready?
Oh, who won? Justin.
Justin.
I don't know these. Cheater. I don't know these.
This is where we see the competition. Everyone ready now? Now that you know there's a scoreboard, I didn't tell you that. I intentionally left that part out. Here we go. What are the chances of completing the goal if you choose to complete it? What are the chances of completing the goal if you choose to complete it? answer's coming a little bit faster this time. Ooh. People on these are like, oh man, that was me. Not making us look good, buddy. Pick the wrong answers.
Who's that? Oh, Emily. Woo! Good job, Emily. Yeah.
All right, ready for the next question?
Okay.
What are the chances of completing a goal if you assign a due date?
At SSM or?
Just in general.
That was having fun.
Valid question though. Ooh. That's our best one yet.
I finally got one.
All right. Ooh, Brian coming. Came out of nowhere. Right, Kathleen, Eric on the board.
Why does it have to strike through? Can you eliminate players? For whenever the cursor goes over, it puts a line through their name. I don't know why. It's kind of scary.
All right, ready for the next one? What are the chances of completing a goal if you have a plan to accomplish your goal? Not SSM specific, just in general.
Still in last place, type of Tom.
Ooh, Emily,
They're really low.
taking the lead back.
Wow, jump.
We got a battle going here. Justin's still sitting there, respectfully, at third place. All right, here we go. Next question. What are the chances of completing a goal if you commit to someone to complete your goal? All right. Ooh, Kathleen.
Wow. Holy smokes.
Ooh, Alyssa's on a free streak. Woo. Number of you have fallen off the
One
leaderboard.
more. One more question.
All right, one more question. Here we go. Everyone ready?
Pressure's on.
Alyssa's ready. She's focused.
I've gotten one.
What are the chances of completing a goal if you have an accountability meeting? Oh, those are coming fast.
I know. It's like popcorn.
Figuring it out.
Ooh!
Wow.
Did you streak in, Alyssa?
Yeah.
All right.
Who's winner? Who's winner?
I'm only mad at myself.
Heidi.
Ooh.
That's your prize, a nice round of applause. All right.
You can keep your compass. How's that for you?
That was fun, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get off that, back to the screen. All right. So here are the questions again with the answers. You can kind of see them all together. What's kind of jumped out at you with doing this activity in terms of kind of some of the percentages tied with some of the questions?
They are super low.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I feel like the percentages are super low compared to what they should be, ideally.
Okay.
But it's increases by not.
So why? Why do you think they're lower than you would expect? At least for the ones that are really low.
Because there's no accountability.
I think as you put more structure and accountability around goals, the percent goes up.
What is the percentage of you visualize your goals? Like if you have it written down somewhere that you see every day?
If it's not in the Cahoots game, we don't know.
I would imagine it's
That's a good
probably
question.
somewhere between 60 and 90%, I would think. I would like to think that, knowing that we've invested on how many performance boards, that it's a higher percentage. What else jumped out at you?
I'll say as project managers, we need to change our terminology from project meetings to accountability appointments.
Interesting. I don't know if this language is specific to SSM, but this is part of the, but I think, yeah. Accountability meeting, first, I don't know about appointment. Seems a little interesting, but yeah. Are there any areas on here that you feel we do really well, or other areas that maybe we have some opportunity? As just kind of a generic overall as an organization, you can obviously speak specifically to what you do, but.
You know, Sandra made a somewhat tongue-in-cheek comment earlier about due dates. I think there's some truth there that as an organization, we are not particularly good about even setting them in some cases and sticking to them when we do actually set them.
So 40%, we assign a date, it'll be complete. But even sometimes it seems like when we have a date, it doesn't always come through.
I think the project management structure we have does often set, it fits in this model very well because really those meetings where we're checking status and keeping people on track is where we're holding people accountable to bring what they're supposed to be doing to the table. So I think we've seen that with some of the projects where we have project managers involved, we tend to be more successful or make more progress.
Yeah.
How do you think this can help?
And it's a
Go ahead,
great
Sandra.
thing for us as an organization to just kind of accept that there's good that comes out of those meetings, and it's important to give dates and keep them on the radar and work as a team to update them and move them if you need to.
How about kind of looking at these questions in the lens of your goals for your department for 2020? Could you check some of these off? You might not quite be there maybe fully yet, but I think, you know, this is really important when it comes to our department goals, that we want to make sure we're having these elements included, because it increases the chance that we're going to achieve those goals by the end of the year, or maybe sooner. Melissa?
In that train of thought, especially when you have more personal goals, I think it's interesting that kind of the last steps and some of the most impactful are when goals involve multiple people and working as a team, right? Just communicating the goals and meeting on the goals requires more people. I think makes a big difference.
All right, any other final thoughts in the Kahoot game? All right, well, hopefully you found that fun. Again, congratulations to Kathleen for being the big winner. All right, so our key performance indicators, or our KPIs, we're all fairly familiar with that, but I want to kind of run through an example. I don't think this will be too new to most of you here in the room, but just want to make sure we all have a good understanding. So, as you know, we have about 18 system KPIs, or key performance indicators, so I'm going to kind of walk through one example. So we're looking at our system KPI of annual voluntary turnover, which ties to connectivity and culture. We have a reason why each of our KPIs was selected. So here, voluntary attrition is a nationally recognized metric that demonstrates a company's ability to retain their employees and provide a satisfying work environment. We have a KPI owner at the system level. So someone on Laura Kaiser's team is ultimately responsible for the overall system performance for this KPI. In this example, that's Carolyn Cady. Then we have our 5-year objective, which I just realized we have not updated that. So Jen, if you can make a note to make sure we update that. We want to achieve voluntary annual turnover rates of less than 10% to foster employees feeling valued and engaged with the opportunity to grow within the organization. So each one of our system KPIs will have a 5-year objective. Ultimately, where do we want to be in 5 years? We'll have our, in this case, it says 2019, we'll have our 2020 goal, which I think for annual voluntary turnover, it's like 11.87%, if I'm remembering correctly. So that'll be the system goal, and then each region in each ministry will set their own goal through our Catchball process, which I'm going to talk about here shortly. So each one of our system KPIs will have this information. Hopefully, at some point, will be easily accessible and attainable for anyone in the organization. I know in 2019 we leveraged the Strategy Connection tool, and I don't know, do we know St. Louis Friends, is that being leveraged for 2020?
Yes.
It is? Okay.
It's out on SharePoint right now.
Awesome. For like anyone to access?
Yep, anybody in the organization.
So that should house all 18 of them with this information.
So where is that?
We can send you a link. It's on SharePoint, so we'll just make a note and make sure and send you guys out the link, and that way you can.
Is there a version for each region, or is it just one?
No, it's one system
So
version.
these would probably be blank then?
Correct, yeah. So what you'll get though is a full glossary of each of the KPIs. So even in addition to why it's selected, how is it being calculated, how is it benchmarked, so a lot of detailed information.
Is that the KPI glossary definition?
Yes.
I think that's I sent that out to all the PMs a couple
That
weeks
was like
ago.
an Excel sheet though, is the lid
Yeah.
somewhere?
So that's what she'll
Okay.
send.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's lots of different tabs at the bottom, and one is a strategy connection tool,
Okay.
so.
So where would we see the regional or